This episode contains adult language, mature situations, imaginary sports that make no sense, chibi main characters that are drawn horribly with normal background characters that look good, strange bullies, weird love interests, and subpar manga from a mangaka that obviously can do better than this. Listener discretion is advised. Episode 249, Worst Made-Up Sport Ever. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, some podcasts and varying reviews about connectly enhanced narratives. I'm your host, Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Yes, we are back for another episode of this wonderful and amazing podcast. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Spiraken is a podcast that provides informative reviews about connectly enhanced narratives. Every episode, I'll talk about 1 to 2 titles, tell you the pros and cons about it, if it's worth investing your time, or if you should avoid it like the plague. You don't have to agree with anything that I or my co-hosts say, but we try to be as inventive, informative, educational, and impartial as possible, even though there are times when impartiality does not work, especially when things are really bad or they're really amazing, like today. Now, you can check out any of our earlier episodes at www.spiraken.com. You can email me at zan@spiraken.com. That's at xan.zan. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, iTunes, the PSN Network, Player FM, Stitcher, and several other social media sites which you can check out in the show notes. And if you want to do something pretty awesome, you can actually give us a star rating at iTunes. Just kind of pump up our rating a little bit so we can at least get in the top 50 one day again, because it's been a while. It's been a couple of years. But anyway, I digress. I hope that all of you are doing well and that you guys have been enjoying the podcast. We've been doing so good. We've been pumping out a lot of them lately. It's been actually 3 a week. The last one we did was on Wednesday. I know a lot of you were kind of upset at how vicious and angry I was in the last episode. I kind of do apologize, but I do have to say that a lot of isekai stories, some are really good, some are really bad. That one was pretty garbage. But we thought that when I spun the wheel of manga, that dictated to me a very good manga this week. Well, not so much. So let's get to what we were talking about, because like I said, in the last episode, episode 248, I spun that one, not only the wheel of manga, that dictated to me that I'd be reviewing a manga that was written by Shimabukuro Mitsutoshi. Now you're probably wondering, that name sounds oddly familiar. Yes, Mitsutoshi-san is the one who made Toriko, a manga about eating food and beating giant monsters to get them to kill them to eat food. A very pumped up and awesome Shonen Jump series. And before he did that, he worked on 2 other manga. Well, several other manga, but there were 2 that were really popular. One was a high school story that had dogs involved. It was okay, not great. Then he did this manga, which he did in 2004 to 2005. There's 3 volumes available, and it was released by Shueisha, i.e., it was in Shonen Jump! And since there's only 2 volumes, as you can probably guess, it did terribly! It was not a good manga. And more importantly than that, this is a genre that I generally give a lot of slack on, because they are really well done with the way that they're done. What am I talking about? I'm talking about sports manga. I am not a fan of sports in real life, but I love sports manga because they explain the sport really well. They do a lot of artistic elements with it, and they make you compelled and interested in the sport and in the main character. They give you reason to follow them, to root them on. Even if you don't root them on, you root the side characters. You want them to do amazing. And unfortunately, this manga fails miserably. And the manga I'm talking about is Ring! Not to be confused with Ringu, the horror movie with Sadako. No. This is Ring. According to the legend of the manga, he just wanted to come up with something different, so he came up and made up a sport. Now, when you make up a sport, you should actually come up with the rules and the concepts before you write the fucking manga. Don't be like, I'm going to just make up a story, and then as it goes along, I'm going to work around and come up with how this game is played and whatnot. Because when you have a set idea, you can work around it. Not in the author notes be like, yeah, I kind of was coming up with this, but I said, you know what? Instead of this size, we're going to do this size. Instead of 1 goal, 2 goals, whatever. I digress, though. So, the plot of this is that our main character's name is Hanagata Summer, and he is a delinquent who is drawn terribly. He's joining a new school. The new school is Yaragawa Academy, and it's his first day there as a new student, and he has been having very interesting and weird dreams. He sees a girl that's a girl of his dreams, and he's in love with her, and she loves him, and she wants to be with him, but that's in his head, that's in his dreams. So he goes to school, he talks to his friend, and he sees the girl of his dreams. And how did he see her? Well, she threw this weird ring at him and almost knocked him over. This ring is about the size of, actually, the wheel of manga, so it's about 2.5 feet, and it's empty. And it's a game that she was playing, but he gets it, it knocks him out, and he sees a girl. Oh my god, it's a girl, it's a girl. And he gets a pervy face. They takes this ring and frisbees it, because apparently he's very good at frisbee, and he actually loops around her. And this guy sees him and it's like, interesting. So Summer is kind of trying to figure out, oh, where am I going to see this girl again? Is she interested in me? I know she's into me. I guess that's why she dropped her student ID, because she likes me. And he ends up getting harassed by this bully whose name is George. Not Georgie, George. And George is going to kick his ass. But this other student shows up and says, hey, I want to take this guy on. You can't take him on. He beats the shit out of George and takes him like, I challenge you to a ring duel. It's like, what the hell is ring? Well, ring is this sport. And what's the premise of this sport? Well, first off, I'm going to give you the ring, and then you have to take this ring from me. Okay. And he ends up trying to take this ring from this guy, where he's spinning it around and doing all these tricks, and Summer can't even get it from him. Eventually, Summer does get it from him, but he's like, okay, so here's the deal. You have to get this ring around that spike right there. If you can get the ring around that spike, you get a point now of knowledge or awesomeness. If not, I'll kick your ass. So Summer, being the awesome guy that he is, that he could actually do the essentially it's a ring toss. So he throws the ring with his frisbee arm, which is all the way a mile away, and he ends up winning because the closer you are to the ring, it's worth 1 point. The further away you are, it's worth 2 points. You really don't understand how the point system works because they don't really explain it. And as I said before, Mitsutoshi does a better job in a lot of stuff, but this he sucks at. He doesn't explain the rules, so it makes no sense. And eventually this guy now wants him to join the ring team, and it's going to do amazing things in this team. And honestly, after 5 fucking chapters, I gave up on this garbage. I know. It's bad because the last episode was me ranting about a manga, and I thought this would be so much better. It's not. Now, if you have listened to this podcast for a while, I've reviewed a lot of sports manga. And one of my lowest ratings ever in a manga was this manga called Worst. And it was about martial arts, and it was really crappy. I did that all the way back in episode 38. And we're in episode 249. So it has been a while. That's all the way back in 2009. It's over 9 years ago that I reviewed that manga, and this one actually may beat it because the art style is screwed up and the plot is terrible. Now, what I mean by the art style is terrible? It's the Toriko style, right? You're wondering? Kinda. He does a Toriko style, but then he does this thing where he has the main character look super deformed and fucked up for a third of the story, and then he switches gears and he looks handsome, but then everything else reverses. Look, I've read stories like Umaru-chan. I've read stories where the main character is chibi form, like One Punch Man, where they have him normal in certain spots, and you have a method it works. This one, there's no fucking rhyme and reason for it. Honestly, yeah. The art is terrible in this. I expect more from the mangaka because Toriko is a really good manga. The story is really well done. The art fits the world because the world is so fanciful, so weird. This one, it's taking place in a real world. The only fantasy element is the stupid sport, which makes no goddamn sense. Oh, man, I should not be saying that. Yeah, I apologize if I've insulted anybody. I should not be ranting. I said that there's going to be a better manga that we're going to review. And, well, this was not that much. I do apologize. Is there any saving grace to this manga? The art style sucks. The characters suck. The sport sucks. It was released in Shonen Jump and only lasted 2 volumes, so obviously it was a failure. Yeah, no. I got nothing. I got fucking nothing. This is another take it to a priest, purify it, and burn it. This was a really bad manga. It was really bad. We had some really good manga at the beginning of this month. We got Food Wars, we had Black Clover, we had Goblin Slayer, and even Place Your Legs Here was decent. But the last two were pretty bad. I do apologize, but don't worry about it. We're going to do better. We always do better because, it's peaks and valleys, and that is the problem with having a randomizer like we do. But if you want to check out any of our earlier episodes, check them out at www.spiraken.com. You can email me at zanspiraken.com. And if you want to check out our review archive, it is at www.spiraken.com/p/review-archive. That's where we have all of our reviews that we've done since this podcast started, from Yu Yu Hakusho all the way back to .hack. We've done a lot of stuff, from Addicted to Curry, Ah My Goddess, Ikora, Air Gears, Astro Boy, Ayeko, just to name a few. We've done a lot more over time, and we got a lot more to go. And don't worry, we're going to keep going, keep plucking it out. So with that in mind, let's get to the part that so many of you enjoy. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about that one, that only, Accept no substitutes or imitations or cheap copies, because we are the only ones who have the Wheel of Manga. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? It's a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. We're going to spin this Wheel of Manga, and whatever number it says, we have a manga listed on there, and we're going to just review that manga depending on what it is. And we have every type of genre possible. We have sci-fi, we have fantasy, we have golf, we have vampires, we have love romances, and we have this one which is about just books in the magical world. I don't get it.
And food.
We have a couple about food. But let's spin and see what we're going to review next episode.
Number 9.
So we are going to be reviewing Seki no Oware no Shikaroku. And I think, we are now officially there. It is now official. We are at 250, am I right?
Yes.
We're at 250! We're 50 away from 300! Hooray! Finally. And then we'll be fine and happy and dandy. Right?
Yes.
Hooray!
Getting there.
So catch you guys next time. We are Gonzville, and we'll see you guys next time. Also, just let you know, tell us what movie you guys are looking forward to. Right now, the movie that I am looking forward to is Black Panther for next month. I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Also, you had Infinity War coming out, too. But what are you guys looking forward to? Are you looking forward to Rampage? Are you looking forward to Mamma Mia 2, which I'm surprised that's even a thing, especially because Cher's in it.
It's because it's a flashback.
But it's
the next of the
But it's
previous.
Cher.
But it's Cher.
Okay, I see your point. Catch you guys next time. We'll talk later. Bye.